already know. I already know.
I'm spitting the truth. When I'm in the booth, I take you to school. This ain't a lesson. I put on this armor like it was my weapon. I'm stepping, the ops can leave. My props are these utilities he put inside of my belt. Feeling me, it's just the face I can tell. But really the king is the one you can smell. Ha, this ain't been new to me, a news to me. I came out the womb unique. Shine bright like jewelry. Of course you don't wanna fool with me. I got views to see and gifts to use. I got everything to gain and none to lose. And he can prove I took his burden and yo, it's like moose when I hit the moves. You can't tell me anything. I mean anything, that's for sure. I already know. I know my identity from the go. I told you I already know. You can't tell me anything. I mean anything, that's for sure. I already know. I know my identity from the go. I already know. Already know.
Catch me on the downslide. I'll be heading up in the wild, chilling low key. Catch me on the downslide. I'll be heading up in the wild, chilling low key. Catch me on the downslide. I'll be heading up in the wild, chilling low key. Catch me on the downslide. I'll be heading up in the wild, chilling low key. Catch me on the downslide. Catch me on the downslide.
I got the recipe, never gonna let any op get the best of me. Thought it was distance, but haters is next to me. Talk to the spirit, you know I've been heavenly. Company definitely show your trajectory. This ain't a diss cause I say it respectfully. It's time to eat up, red like a speeder. Taking it deeper and that's how it better be. I never let the comparison get to me. I just remember the promises meant for me. I know the enemy and that he's sent for me. I keep the blood of the lemons, my centerpiece. I cannot trust in no crystals or energy. Look at the chemistry, it do not even mix chemically. Most of the tricks, they be gimmicks, they mimic the truth. It's poison and we got the remedy. There is a bomb, apply it, the fire can stand to the tallest of giants, the tyrant and all the suppliers are scheming and lying. They selling his dreams and we buying it. Show me the chicken, I'm frying it. Show me the dough and I'm prying it. Ain't never lacking it, so what I'm packing, he taking it, he magnifying it.
They say you ain't bout it. Tell them that you finna make it, but they doubt it. But you rose like a flower. Tell me what it's like to live with superpowers.
I don't know, but I'ma get it. I'ma get it. I'ma get it. I'ma get it. I just know that I'ma get it. I'ma get it. I'ma get it. I'ma get it. I'ma get it.
It's a showdown of conference contenders here in Jeromesville as the MOAC second-place squad, currently Ontario Warriors, head to Jeromesville to take on the WCAL second-place team in the Hillsdale Falcons. Only 5 losses combined between the two teams. as they look to get another key victory in the non-conference. We got all the action coming your way on your smartphone, TV, PC, tablet, any smart device you have. The pregame coming your way next.
Fickes Furniture, celebrating 100 years in the furniture business, displaying all the latest styles by manufacturers such as Bassett, Flex Steel, Mohawk Flooring, Dutch Craft Bedding and more. With free delivery setup and removal, make your next movie night comfortable with Fickes Furniture, quality furniture at an affordable price. Visit our Jeromesville location or visit us online at fickesfurniture.com.
Welcome you into the 89 Homes pregame show, non-conference matchup between the 12-1 Hillsdale Falcons and the 15-4 Ontario Lady Warriors. Hello, everybody. My name is Travis Berardi alongside Jonathan Langdon. And Jonathan, this is going to be a fun game between two teams still in contention for their conference championships, and all this can do is make either team better. You're playing good competition. It's not going to hurt you in the long run. It may actually benefit you, but I don't think it's going to hurt you.
Yeah, especially for the Lady Falcons, of course, lower division team getting a chance to go against not just a higher division school, but also a really good higher division school at that, as Ontario sits towards the top of the standings in the MOAC, and they're playing with house money after a couple of huge wins in the league recently.
And let's get into the pregame show. Take a look at the team spotlight for the Warriors of Ontario High School under head coach Jamie Burke. Their lone conference losses, Division 4, number 7, River Valley. That's two of their losses. Their other two, the Mid-Ohio Spring Classic. They lost to a Mohawk team that Hillsdale was able to beat and win the Spring Classic out of. They're hitting .348 as a team, have a .335 team ERA.
Yeah, and Ontario's going to get a chance to swing the bats here first, of course, playing on the road. But Hillsdale, they're going to play a couple of new faces potentially here in this one, as it's non-conference play. Want to try to flex everybody around, and the Falcons are going to look to try and get out to a solid start in the field.
Player to watch for is their slugger. That's Ellie Dawson, the sophomore. 11 home runs, Jonathan. 28 runs batted in, and 30 runs scored. So she's batting .500. I mean, she's going to be one you have to really watch for today. And we are underway. First pitch in there for a strike from Maddie Neese. Second pitch is going to be fouled off. So a great start here early on for Maddie Neese. 4-2 record. She has a 1.61 ERA, 17 strikeouts, only 4 walks, 5 earned runs. Another pitcher you see from Hillsdale that just can get you outs, and you see it right there. Good morning, good afternoon, good night. 3 pitches, 1 down.
Yeah, a bunch of different pitch speeds there, just kind of changing it up on the Warriors in their top of the lineup. We'll see if it happens again.
This will bring up Ellie Dawson, the center fielder. Fouls that one off for strike 1 on the season for Dawson. She's a .500 hitter as well, 75 plate appearances. She's the slugger in the 2-hole, hitting those 11 home runs. She had 3 home runs in a single game, Jonathan. This is, like I said, a game changer, and the ability to give your team an early lead, but that's a great pitch down low. So we take a look at our first AMVETS replay. Just the drop ball gets her ahead 0-2.
5 pitches, 5 strikes, 1 strike away from retiring number 5 for Ontario.
Dawson also 6 doubles and 2 triples. The 0-2 grounded to short. On the knees is Allie Morgan. Throws the first. Just beat it out for a single. We'll take the replay and show you. Great play by Morgan to keep it inside. But yeah, the speed of Dawson. I talked about her power, but I forgot to mention she can run as well. And that'll bring up Pearson, today's starter for the Lady Warriors, in the 3-hole. Fouls off the first pitch. Nothing but strikes here early on by the Hillsdale pitcher.
And that could be a good and a bad thing. It means your pitcher's being accurate, but also at the same time, Ontario knows that at the moment they could swing away.
The 0-1 to Morgan. Pops this up. That's going to drop in. It's a bloop single. Not moving to third is Dawson, so it'll make first and second with 1 down. And hey, sometimes just put bat on ball and good things will happen.
That's exactly what she did. Blooped it in. Any contact is good contact, especially here in the first inning when you're trying to get on top of this pitcher before she really starts to settle in.
I'll bring up Brynlee Krieger, 333 average. And the first ball of the game to the 4-hitter. Strikeout, single to start this one against Maddie Neese. Squaring the bunt, but fouls it back, and we're even at 1. Hillsdale ranked number 5 in Division 6 after a very impressive showing at the Mid-Ohio Spring Classic. Both of these teams handled Matthews, but it was Hillsdale knocked off state-ranked Danville and then Mohawk in D7. There's a little pop-up, and Allie Morgan makes the catch for out number 2. Got in on the hands, jammed her, and it was a simple pop-out for the second out. So now 2 down for Kylie Corwin, the 5-hitter. Corwin, a 379 hitter, takes strike 1. Neese has only given up 12 hits going into the game. So that one's going to be driven into the gap. Ontario's going to strike first. 1 run will score. Pearson will stop at third, and the Lady Warriors strike with a 2-out RBI single by Corwin. And that was just solid hitting there, Jonathan. Going with the pitch and taking it into right center.
Yeah, nice little gapper to start out the game. Ontario strikes the board first. I mean, the way that this team's been playing offensively, that's exactly what you expect out of them right out of the gates here in the first inning.
That'll bring up Sophie Schuster, 250 average. Seven players on this squad have double-digit RBI. First and third here, 2 down. That one inside corner for strike 2.
Pretty decent lead after that pitch over at first. You'll wonder if she'll try to advance and maybe see if Hillsdale goes in different.
The 1-2. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. It's a 2-3 putout, and that'll do it for the top of the first. But Ontario does strike for a run as they bring it back inside the bases. Travis Berardi back here with Jonathan Langdon. And Jonathan, exactly what you want to do when you're on the road. Strike early against the pitcher, and you said it perfectly. So it's always great to strike early in the game before a pitcher can really get into their comfort zone, because you never know once they get into that groove what you can do against them.
Yeah, statistically, the innings where you see the least amount of runs are innings 2, 3, and 4, because that's when the pitcher really starts to figure things out. Of course, most of the time it's because they start throwing strikes, but Hillsdale, they ended up throwing 6 strikes in a row to start this game and still gave up a run. But I think the chances here for Hillsdale to do the same are pretty high, considering the fact these are 2 top-quality teams.
And 2 teams that can score runs easily. Hillsdale, number 5 in the latest Division 6 coaches poll. They're on a 10-game winning streak since losing to Norwayne in the second game here at home, 3-2. They're actually still delayed in the first game that they played at Norwayne. It was a 1-0 lead early on for Norwayne, but that was before our current pitcher, Maddie Neese, really came in. So that can change the complexion there, because they're 1 game back behind Norwayne for the lead in the conference, and that could be a big one if they can get the win as they return there. Player spotlight today for the Falcons. It is one Kiki McFadden. We talked about Kennedy Fickes, who hit a home run in the Mid-Ohio Classic. Well, Kiki can do it as well. 439 average, 5 big flies for her, 25 RBI, 21 runs scored for her. As we're just about ready for the bottom of the first, Emily Smith will lead things off for the Lady Falcons. And it is funny, Jonathan, in the game against Mohawk jumped out to the early 1-0 lead before the Lady Falcons really broke through. It was an 8-run 5th inning that got Mohawk back into it, down 11-10, but Hillsdale would end up winning that game 12-10 to win the red bracket of the Mid-Ohio Spring Classic. And
early in this AB, up 2-0, very patient from the Falcons.
435 batting average as she swings through that one for strike 1. 435 batting average, but a 500 on-base percentage. So that's when you add in your plate appearances with walks.
Hit by pitch.
Hit by pitch. So half the time she gets on base for you. The 2-1 outside, and it's 3 balls and a strike to the third base woman of the Falcons.
Heck, some people even have that extra perk where they just reach on base on errors more frequently than others.
That's swung on a miss for strike 3.
But that would contribute also to that OBP.
So our player spotlight, Kiki McFadden, now up. So the slugger up the bat here against Pearson and swings through that fastball for strike 1. The 0-1 popped up high. It's going to stay in play. Pearson's going to run up and make the catch for the second out. And not often do you see a pitcher call somebody off to make the catch, but actually I like that, the way that is. The wind's kind of blowing. She has the better angle and just called off her catcher.
Yeah, it's just had to run straight up on it. If you don't do that, then you worry about the catcher taking off the mask, then trying to figure out where the ball is in the air. So much easier there just for the pitcher to take it. Snag out number 2.
Pearson with a 3.86 ERA. She is 8-3 though. So that's swung on and missed for strike 1. Morawski, the designated player for the Lady Falcons. She's hitting 400 on the year. Just underway here, bottom 1 on the Simonson Construction Services scoreboard. The 0-1, it's a little blooper to short, and that'll do it. 1-2-3. Go the Lady Falcons. We played one here from Jeromesville, Ontario, with the early 1-0 lead. Back here at Hillsdale. And before we get to the top of the second, let's take a look at the keys to victory for the Ontario Lady Warriors. Work the count. Weren't able to do that so far early on, but still, they were able to get some hits and get the early score, and then locate. Pearson has located with her pitches early on to keep Hillsdale off guard because, like we said, they're a squad that can just put up big numbers like we have seen at the Mid-Ohio Classic. So those two, you can check them off the list so far as we start the top of the second. As Gray fouls that off. It's 2 balls and a strike to her. 420 hitter. 21 hits, 16 RBI, 14 runs scored for her.
Wasn't much on the radar today, but a light rain starting to come in.
That's great for my electronics. Lillian swings through that one. And it's 2-2.
It's just a sprinkle at the moment. Nothing crazy.
Oh, my computer is all dusty from the Waynedale game, so at least it'll clean that off. That's popped to center field. Under it, making the catch, is Macy Ritchie for the first out.
Yeah, pretty routine fly ball there, but good job running in on it. The goal as an outfielder is just to keep it in front of you. That's exactly what she did. Made the nice catch.
That'll bring up the 8-hitter, Emma Fagan. 195 on the season for her. 1 out here, top 2. First pitch catches the outside corner. First strike 1.
And Travis, I'm glad you mentioned that because the laptops have been getting extra dusty for me too. Gotta get my own wipes halfway through the season now.
That and the canned air. She hit the same spot and is ahead 0-2. Nice gets her sign. She's ready. The 0-2. Swing and a miss on the changeup. Strike 3, 2 down. Her third strikeout of the game so far. That'll bring up Callie Fagan, the 9-hitter. Callie hitting .265, but is behind 0-1. Love to get this third out to kind of reset. Don't want to get to the top of the order in this inning. You never know what they can do with the 2 outs. The 0-1 just inside, held off. It's even at 1. Kind of surprised Ontario with their only 4 losses. They're not ranked. 15-4. It's pretty impressive. That one just catches at the knees. It's 1-2. 2 losses to 3 losses actually to state-ranked squads. Mohawk's 3rd in D7. River Valley is 6th in D4, or 4th, one of the 2. Swing and a missed strike 3. Ritchie goes 1, 2, 3 to end the inning. No runs, no hits, no errors. We've played 1.5. Ontario with the 1-0 lead.
Fickes Furniture, celebrating 100 years in the furniture business, displaying all the latest styles by manufacturers such as Bassett, Flex Steel, Mohawk Flooring, Dutch Craft Bedding, and more. With free delivery setup and removal, make your next movie night comfortable with Fickes Furniture. Quality furniture at an affordable price. Visit our Jeromesville location or visit us online at fickesfurniture.com.
Bottom 2, first pitch to Kennedy Fickes. Taken for a ball. Morgan Pearson, a 1-2-3 top of the first. Fickes hitting .511. She does have 4 home runs, 18 RBI as she swings through that high fastball. and we're even at 1. Fickes had a home run against Mohawk in the Mid-Ohio. Her power's come on in the last couple of years as she fouls that one off and is behind 1-2. Not in the lineup today is Jordan Fickes with a muscle strain in her arm. Only out for a couple weeks. She'll be back for the heart of the conference lineup when they face Norwayne that second time, Dalton, and the tournament. But when you're 12-1, you can pretty much hold off, as they're the number 2 team in the whole region. As Fickes got the string pulled on her. First strike, 3. That's a strikeout, 2-3, 1 down.
Yeah, nasty pitch right there. Dipped all the way right in front of the catcher. And I don't think that was one that Kennedy had any idea was going to drop in the dirt. Certainly fooled her.
Yeah, that'll bring up Macy Ritchie. She is Jordan Fickes' replacement while she's on the men, batting .275. She takes strike 1. I think what the muscle right underneath your shoulder going to your elbow, that's what, bicep?
Yeah.
That's a bicep. She had a bicep pull.
Well, is it above? Is it like the top part or the bottom part?
Top.
Top's the bicep.
Yeah, the bicep. She said she felt it, a little tweak in that Mohawk game. They said she's just a little bit of a pull. Nothing serious. That's fouled off, and it'll stay 0-2. This also gives Ritchie some very quality playing time here. You never know if she's going to be needed later on in the season. As that one inside, it's 1-2. Pearson, though, has really established herself early on. 2 strikeouts and 4 batters. She looked very solid. That one high and outside, though. No! Umpire's going to ring her up.
Yeah, she was resetting, getting ready for the next pitch, stepping out of the box. And all of a sudden, she looks to her left and sees the arms pulled by the umpire.
Caught the corner, 2 down. 3rd strikeout for Pearson.
Slow trot to the bench for her, for sure.
That'll bring up Allie Morgan. That one at her toenails called for a strike. Just dropped in there. All it has to do is catch that front of the plate in the zone. It did at the knees. It's 0-1. Allie lines that to right field. The throw to first, not in time. It's overthrown, and Morgan's going to take second. And then my table almost gets taken out, but hey, it's a 2-base start, single and an error. And with 2 down, Allie Morgan gets the first hit for the Falcons. Allie had her first career home run in the Mid-Ohio Classic, Jonathan. A grand slam to break the game open. That's a way to get your first ever home run.
Yeah, I'm envy of her. Never got one of those.
Yeah, I have never had, in my career, I never had a home run as well. Closest I got was warning track power.
I got robbed at the fence.
Oh. The 1-0, swing and a miss. 1-1.
Back in Little League.
Emma Linder, the left fielder, up. Morgan on second with 2 down. The 1-1, swing and a miss, strike 2. Some good movement on these pitches from Pearson. Ready with the 1-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. So the Falcons do get a hit, but they strand them at second. We played 2. Ontario with the 1-0 lead. Back here as we begin third inning action from Jeromesville. Keys to victory for the Falcons. They got to contain Dawson. We're able to do it kind of in that first inning. Limited her to one base, but she still was able to score. And clean fielding against a team like Ontario. It's like a carbon copy of Hillsdale. You can't give free bases up. Ontario did, but they were able to escape because it was 2 outs. You have to play clean softball against another good team. Smith fouls that off. She's behind 0-2.
And most of the time when you see high-quality teams, like I would say both of these squads are, most of the time when you see a couple losses on their schedule, you know that baseball softball is one of the hardest sports to go undefeated in. Most of the time, it's by their own doing and errors on the field.
Yeah, absolutely. The 0-2 to Sailor Smith. Popped it up. Is it going to stay in play? Just off the glove of Kennedy Fickes. That was a tough play with the fence coming in at her. And it stays 0-2. New life here for Smith. Batting .322 coming into this game. East ready with another 0-2. Change up, barely got a piece. We stay 0-2.
But back to the error talk, a team that Hillsdale recently faced at the Mid-Ohio Classic, Danville.
Yeah.
A good team. They lost because they committed 6 errors in the field.
Yes, they did. The 0-2. Swing and a miss. Blew it by her for the first out of inning 3. 1 down for Dawson. So here comes round 2 against the Slugger. Also do want to give our thoughts and prayers to Ella Gilkerson of Strasburg. That's swung and missed. Dislocated ankle in that that game against Danville in the third place game. Just a tough injury for her. We hope she has a quick recovery for Strasburg, who's number 2 in D7.
It's a big loss.
Yes. The 0-1 changeup fouled off, and Nice is behind 0-2. Is ahead 0-2, I should say.
Yeah, injuries and errors a lot of the time can be the detriment of a great team. So Strasburg going to have to deal with that in one aspect, and then I know Coach Duncan's squad we've been talking about with Danville, they're still working on some things in the field. But if they can both clean that up.
That one just missed. A little bit high, says the umpire, and it's 1-2. Ontario Hillsdale baseball still scoreless right across the way. We have that on our main YouTube, as that's golfed into left field for another single. Here's the replay, and she went down with that and drove it into left for a 1-out hit. That'll bring up Pearson.
Chance to help herself out.
She did back in the first with a single to put runners on first and third. That helped produce the first run. First pitch to Pearson in there for a strike. It's 0-1. As the sprinkles begin once again here.
Bit more weight to him this time.
The 0-1. High. We're even at 1. One nothing here in the top of the third. Ontario with a Corwin RBI single back in the first. That's your difference. The 1-1. Inside corner, strike 2. Snap down the first. No, out in time. One ball, 2 strikes. Nice is ready. The pitch. Inside. Almost hit her. It's 2-2. The 2-2. Popped foul. That's going to go out of play. It stays 2-2. Pearson battling here in her second at bat. The 2-2 flies this one to center. Back, track, big fly, home run, 3-0.
Crank that thing out to center field. That was a no-doubter in my mind. Beautiful stuff, and as we said before the AB, now she helps herself out yet again.
Extends the lead for the Lady Warriors. Just a high fastball sat right on it.
All the more reason not to open the strike zone like that. Come on.
That'll bring up Krieger. So you take a look at the AMVETS replay. I mean, that's dead center. Wind kind of blowing in, too, so not the easiest of balls to hit out either.
Oh, yeah, for sure. She also had some notes for the next hitter here.
Krieger will give this a drive. It's going to stay up and track down for out number 2. Mace. Actually, it's Jocelyn Fickes. Looking like Jordan out there making the catch, 2 down.
I mean, those notes for Ontario, at least, for that next hitter, were pretty good because they drove it out pretty good again to the outfield. Just a better play by Hillsdale. And this one in play for them to get that done.
Got a score for you. Ruby Bartok in the bottom of the first, 2-run homer. Danville 2, Sheridan nothing.
Sheridan's got a good squad this year.
And so does Danville. Is this the year that the Blue Devils finally break through in a district?
That's the Central District's question to answer.
Corwin takes strike 1. She had the RBI single back in the first. Pop this one up. Kiki McFadden makes the catch, and that'll do it for the top of the third. But the big fly by Morgan Pearson helped us extend her lead to 3-0. Morgan Pearson giving herself a little cushion with that big bomb this center. 3-0 Ontario, bottom 3. As Jocelyn Fickes made a nice running catch back in that top of the inning. Will lead off the bottom. Travis Berardi back here with Jonathan Langdon. And Jonathan, you know, some timely hitting by the Lady Warriors. The 0-1. Line to short. Nutmeg the shortstop, but that's a hard hit. That's a single. And just like that, right back at you come the Lady Falcons. I mean, that was a shot, Jonathan.
Yeah, moon rocket over there. Really tough to field for the shortstop. There's no shame in that. I wouldn't even book that an error.
That is not. That is not an error. That is a. If she would have caught that, that'd been a wedge gem. Hopefully, it looks like she's all right too. It kind of pinballed off her foot, but good to see her. Okay, and it's a leadoff single for Fickes. So Fickes, impressive early on.
Got a courtesy runner over at first.
Yep. Jaden Leishon, her third game making an appearance as Aurora Martin, today's catcher.
Yeah, just figuring out
Well,
the lineup.
I have a piece of the card, and the card has her name in there, so I don't know what they're talking about with this, but. Oh, umpire just made a little bit of a boo-boo, said 1 for 8. Anywho, no harm, no foul. Everything's good. And that'll bring up Aurora Mart.
Hey, let's go, Aurora.
Aurora, 379 hitter. She does have 3 doubles and a triple as well, as that's missed for a ball, but a nice stop by Smith to keep the runner from advancing. Big opportunity here for Hillsdale, especially if Aurora can reach. They kind of put some pressure on right after giving up 2 runs. The 1-0. Slaps a bunt down. It's going to just go foul. Good job by Smith to let that go because that nearly just died in front of the line. Oh, so close, but it's strike 1.
And that is the detriment of turf.
Yeah.
That's going to keep on rolling until it goes foul.
Aurora can just do nothing but laugh. That was a very nice bunt. But sometimes that's picked up.
Yeah.
That was very good thinking by the third baseman, the pitcher, and the catcher just to let it go. The 1-1. Oh.
They think that hit the bat.
He said it hit her hand. So hand's part of the bat.
Yep.
It's 1 and 2. Yep. Yes, the hand, when your hand is on the bat, it's part of the bat. She pulled back, but it hit the bat anyway. If it hits the arm, it's a hit by pitch, but because it hit the hand, which is connected to the bat, it's a foul ball.
Now, how in are you on bunting here on 2 strikes?
It's really tricky.
That first baseman not really covering it anymore, so you could go a little bit more conservative, put it right between them and the pitcher, but looks like Aurora's going to swing away.
The way that Pearson's pitching with her movement, I wouldn't try. Diving play at second to flip. Not in time. It's an infield single. So, sometimes not bunting works out. That's a beautiful play on the dive by Ireland out there to keep that in. If that gets past her, it's first and third at least. But nonetheless, we're back to the top of the order with nobody out and 2 on for Emily Smith. Some really nice defense we've seen here so far, even if it doesn't count as an out. That's a great play there by Ireland to keep that in play. Smith looking to bunt, slaps it foul. It's 0-1. It looked like Ireland had a little trouble getting it out of her glove because if she cleanly fields that and flips it, that's probably an out at second. But don't want to take anything away from her. It's still a nice play. The 0-1. Outside corner, strike 2. Now, I'm not going to say anything. We're not directly behind home plate, so I don't know where that was.
Yeah, we're probably at the worst angle to make a call.
Pearson ahead here. The 0-2 fouled back. Stays alive. This could be a big first out for Pearson to really settle things down after the 2 hits from the bottom of the order.
But at the same time, if you're Hillsdale, best thing you can do is just start this run of a long at bat, a couple foul balls.
Yeah, the longer you can stay in your at bat, you're right, the more pressure puts on the pitcher. Change up, got her the swing and miss for strike 3. So not going to get the long at bat as Pearson pulls the string again.
Yeah, good heads-up base running there by Hillsdale, though. Not running after that drop third strike. First base occupied, so there's no run at first.
Now to bring up Kiki McFadden. She popped out to Pearson about a foot in front of the plate back in the first. 3-0 Ontario. McFadden takes that high for ball 1. Hillsdale with 3 hits so far. That one taken for a strike. It's 1-1. One ball, one strike to the 2-hitter. The 1-1. Change up. Misses. It's 2-1. Fickes on second, Martin on first, and it's going to be a hitter's count. Big pitch coming up here for Pearson. Don't want to load the bases with 1 out. The 3-1. Fouled off. Got her to check.
It was a good choice to swing there, though.
Yeah. That's a great pitch, too. Get the riser. At the most, you're probably going to pop her up with it if she swings. That'll fill the count. Now, do the runners go here? Do you send your runners? 3-2
I don't think
pitch?
so.
No? Pearson's payoff. Fouled off. We'll go again.
Last thing you want to do is strike out and then make your last out at third base.
True. Pearson ready with another 3-2. The pitch. Line down the line, but foul. She ripped it, but just to the left of third. And we're going to go again. 8th pitch of the at-bat. Just a little bit ahead of the changeup. Don't know if she's going to throw that again.
Yep, definitely not. You're going to get something very different here.
You're going to get that riser, the curve to the outside, or a fastball. The 3-2 again. Fouled into the glove, strike 3, 2 down.
Great job behind the plate, holding on to that one. That's a huge out number 2.
And I'll bring up Morawski. Popped up to short. Pearson battling back after giving up 2 singles to start the inning. Gets 2 strikeouts. Morawski fouls that off. It's 0-1. Morawski pops this to center. It's back. Center fielder moving towards it and makes the catch at the track. She ran in at first, but was able to recover to end the threat. We played 3. Ontario still leads 3-0.
Fickes Furniture, celebrating 100 years in the furniture business, displaying all the latest styles by manufacturers such as Bassett, Flex Steel, MOAC flooring, Dutch craft bedding, and more. With free delivery setup and removal, make your next movie night comfortable with Fickes Furniture. Quality furniture at an affordable price. Visit our Jeromesville location or visit us online at fickesfurniture.com.
Three innings in the books. Ontario leads 3-0 as we start top of the 4th. Schuster up the bat.
Hey, let's go, Maddie. Come on, 2-1.
First pitch misses for a ball. It's 1-0. Over on the other side, Ontario baseball leads Hillsdale 2-0. That's fouled off for strike 1. good mid-season matchup between two very good teams in non-conference. 1-1. Fouled off. It's 1-2. And if you look at the scorecard right now, it's really the 2-3 hitters of Ontario. They've been doing damage all season long, but they're the reasons why they're up to 3-0. Dawson and Pearson, 4 for 4 total. That one low, it's 2-2. They both had singles before Corwin had the RBI single to make it 1-0, and then the single from Dawson and Pearson's 2-run homer. The 2-2 from Nice. Popped up. McFadden making the catch, one down.
Not an easy play. Second baseman going all the way behind first base to help her teammate out, make it simple. Out number 1.
And that was a good job by McFadden to do that. Much better angle. That's why the shortstop and second baseman have priority over the corner infielders. That pitch low for ball 1 to Gray. Gray flew out the center to start inning number 2. The 1-0. Change up, flown to center. It's tailing away, and it's off the fence. Gray in the second with a stand-up double. The wind is blowing.
It was blowing that
left
way.
to right, a little bit inward, left to right.
I was a little surprised that didn't take it out of here.
Bunt attempt taken for a strike.
I was about to mention it before she even stepped up to the plate. We got a big gust of wind, and then
Hey, let's go, Maddie.
That bunt popped backwards. And it's 0-2. Got a long way to go, but stay tuned after the game for our MVP, M. Thompson. Made his long trek over from the baseball field to give us the MVP little goodie bag. We'll
could have reached in my bag. I have like 6 of them in there. It's one of the things I always forget to do. Forget to hand out the goodie bags.
You know, luckily I did have a couple left over from basketball I was able to give to Bocock after her perfect game against Northmore. The 1-2. Popped foul. We'll go again. But as I was saying before Mr. Thompson came over here, the wind's blowing kind of from left field inwards. So you saw just the track of that ball curving away from center fielder Ritchie. And she actually took it at a good angle. She saw it was getting away from her, so she played it off the fence instead of going towards the fence. The 1-2, swing and a miss on the outside. Quick throw to first, 2 down.
Nice quick play by Aurora behind the plate just to keep that runner modest over at second. Didn't decide to go in the throw. Enough pace on the shot to first. There was no real opportunity to try to skip to third.
So 2 down for Fagan. Struck out to end inning number 2. We're kind of in the same situation we were in the second inning. She pops that up, but it's going to make it back to the fence, 0-1. Ready with the 0-1. In there for strike 2.
Change of pace there, nice one.
Yeah. Nice would love to get out of here with a 0 on the board with Fickes, Ritchie, and Morgan coming up. The 0-2. Popped her up. Tracking back, making the catch is Smith, and they do put a 0 up on the board. We played half the game. We're at the midway point. 3-0 in favor of Ontario. Bottom of the fourth coming up here. It's Fickes, Richie, Morgan coming up. And while we have a moment, do want to give my prayers and sympathy to the East Knox community. Aiden Riggle, been on the OH report many a time, football player, lost his battle with cancer yesterday. Just a tough time down at East Knox. Great kid, and we just send our prayers and our thoughts down to the East Knox community. I know you and I big in the KMAC, and it hurts.
Absolutely, and I was getting a couple weird looks because I was wearing long sleeves today, but reason is this is the only purple I could find.
Yep.
But he had a bulldog heart, and it's unfortunate that he leaves us so soon, but I envy where he's at.
Mm-hmm.
But also a shout out to the entire KMAC community, and even Hillsdale is a part of this too. A lot of people wearing purple today at school.
Yeah.
In his honor.
Yeah, it's great to see how a sports community can rally around as Fickes barely fouls that off. And it is 1 and 2. That one misses outside. Also, it's been a bad couple of days. Also want to give our thoughts out to Maddox Grasser's family at Worcester, the Worcester community, after the just what happened there with Maddox, as he is at Akron Children's Hospital. Hoping we get a miracle there as well. Fickes has battled back. It's 3 and 2. And she takes it at the ankles for strike 3, 1 down.
Certainly frustrating again. A couple of strike 3 calls that have not been caught by surprise by Hillsdale.
That'll bring up Richie. She struck out looking in the second. Richie gives this a drive just to the right fielder. Making the catch, though, is Gray. Quick second out, 2 down.
But to really put a bow on the situations, of course, going on here.
Yes.
We were supposed to be at East Knox today covering some softball. Of course, that got canceled with just giving some extra time to grieve for everyone within Riggle. But next week going to be at East Knox a lot, and expect everybody's going to play their hearts out next week.
Absolutely.
It's going to be a special thing to watch.
First pitch to Morgan, taken for a ball.
East Knox baseball right now is 12 and 2.
Yeah, they're state ranked. Playing for another KMAC championship there. The 1-0 to Morgan. Grounded to second. And a quick 1-2-3 inning. We've played 4 here at Jeromesville. Still 3-0 Ontario.
Fickes Furniture, celebrating 100 years in the furniture business, displaying all the latest styles by manufacturers such as Bassett, Flex Steel, Mohawk Flooring, Dutch Craft Bedding, and more. With free delivery setup and removal, make your next movie night comfortable with Fickes Furniture. Quality furniture at an affordable price. Visit our Jeromesville location or visit us online at fickesfurniture.com.
couple changes here for the Lady Falcons. Kennedy Fickes moves from first. She will now pitch. Macy Major will come in and play first base. She'll replace Emma Linder. Julia Morawski now going from designated player. She'll go out to left field. Just noting, Macy Major will lead off the bottom of the fifth. So top of the order, too, for Fickes. We'll see what she can do against this lineup. First pitch, bowling balled in there for a ball. It's 1-0. Fickes did come in relief to end the threat against Mohawk and keep it an 11-10 game. Did not give up a run as they won the red pool. Ground ball, the short stab by Morgan on the first. Not going to be in time, but another great play defensively. Because if that slows up and gets into the left center field gap, that's probably 2 bases.
Yeah.
And we've seen the infield from both teams make some nice plays here today.
That's a refreshing, AB, if you're Ontario with your leadoff hitter. Struck out her first 2 times up. That time able to put contact on the ball and use her speed to get to the base.
Now bring up Dawson. That's bounced in there, and it gets past the catcher. So, ball 1 to Dawson. Smith does move the second. That one a little bit low as well. It's 2-0.
You got to tread carefully here.
Yes.
This is the best part of the lineup for Ontario, and you bring in a fresh reliever who is not quite settled in yet. Certainly going to pitch around. I would even concede a walk if it gets to that situation because that'll send force to any base.
That is true. The 2-0. Down the pipe. Challenged her there. It's 2-1. What do we know?
Well, I'm not saying bow down and give it to her.
Yeah. The 2-1. Change up. Gets her to swing through that. 2-2. Pulled the string. And that really opens up the full repertoire now.
If you're Dawson at the plate, just get a piece.
The 2-2. Just outside. Count is full. So tried that changeup again, but a little bit further away. And Dawson holding off. Payoff pitch upcoming. The 3-2. Bowling ball, ball 4. Throw down to second. Runner back. And it's first and second, but after throwing that changeup outside, didn't really give her anything to hit on the 3-2. You're okay with that.
Yeah, and it's exactly what we were talking about earlier. With that quality of a bat at the plate, you can really try to be careful, especially already down 3 runs. But, of course, now you see the next hitter who took it deep last time on you.
Yes, she did. First pitch to Pearson. Misses for ball 1.
But you will trade the force at any base because odds are low that we see another one go out of the yard, but they're never 0.
The wind's died down, too, so that's not going to help the fielders. As I say that, it picks up. The 1-0. Popped her up. It's not going to get out, but it is going to get off the glove of the center fielder. They're going to send the runner. Throw home, not in time. Throw down to third, gets into left field. Another run's going to come around. 5-0 to score.
And through all that, person who hit the ball's at second, but that's a chaotic stretch. I mean, maybe go to the cutoff, but they ended up going to third. Third had to cut to home, just made it a little bit awkward for Hillsdale. Just an awkward stretch. And then that throw from home to third really opened up the floodgates. And in the fifth, it's now a 5-0 game.
So you're going to score that a single RBI and an error. You don't get 2 RBI on that. You'll get 1.
I was giving you time to compute.
Yep. So 5-0 to score. Lady Warriors.
By the way, no outs.
Yeah. And maybe this finally gets the voters to look at the Lady Warriors. And it's a state-ranked squad. Yeah, they did lose the only other 3 games they played against state-ranked opponents, but all it takes is 1 to get a look. That's schedule of strength. That's what you want to look at, you know.
Opposed to strength of schedule?
Schedule of strength of schedule, you know. That'll bring up Krieger, the 4-hitter. Bounced in there for a ball. The 1-0 to Krieger. In there for a strike. We're even at 1. Equal scores across the diamond. It's 5-0 in favor of the Warriors on the baseball side of things as well. The 1-1. In there for a strike. It's 1-2. So single, walk, RBI single, and error. Has plated 2 here in the 5th. And it's that top of the order once again. The 1-2. Popped her up. It's going to stay in play. Catch is made. 1 down.
Much needed out number 1. Of course, 2 runs have already crossed, but want to keep it there, obviously.
Yeah, you don't want this ballooning into an insurmountable deficit. But when given the chance, Ontario's really taken advantage. First pitch to little bloop. McFadden will field it, throw it to first for the 2nd out. I think it had enough topspin that she just wanted to field it instead of try and catch it. Although if she did catch that, it's probably a double play.
And also, yeah, that's why you see a runner still at 2nd right there. So not enough, too much loft in the air for Ontario to decide not to just dart for 3rd. So same situation where we were just in, just 1 extra out for Hillsdale.
Although I think it's the safest play you can make for McFadden because I think she's afraid if she bobbles that, she won't get any out.
Yeah.
And now you're just a fly ball out, strike out, or a throw out at first to end the inning. That'll miss for ball 1. We're even at 1. Hillsdale will have their 7, 8, 9 hitters due up in the bottom of the 5th. Against Pearson, who's thrown a very good game in the circle. The 1-1. Popped up again. It will, though, get out of play.
Oh.
Major went right into the fence. But it looks like she's all right. And honestly, that's your teammates need to tell you where the fence is.
Maybe some padding in the corners would be great.
At least somebody yell pole. Tell her where she's at. The opposing team's not going to help you out like that. We know that. But at least your teammates need to say, hey, there's a pole there. Watch yourself.
I would say it a little different because that might take too long to get out of the mouth.
Pole. The 1-2 bounces in there.
See, that's better than, hey, there's a pole there.
Yeah.
By the time you get to there.
Fence, fence, pole, something. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 down. Runner on 2nd here. 2 in. A lot of 2s in this inning. The 2-2. Fouled off. We'll go again. Schuster struck out in the 1st, popped out the 2nd in the 4th. The 2-2. Change up. She offered, they say, and that'll do it for the inning. So just broke the wrists on the pitch. However, Lady Warriors add 2 more on. They've got themselves a 5-run lead after 4.5. Fans on top of the hill here watching this one. Nice day. Had a little bit of sprinkles, but a little bit cloudy. Still 78 degrees. And it's a 5-0 Ontario lead as we head bottom 5.
Ooh, look at that breaking ball. Nearly snuck in, just a bit high.
Stays 2-2. So she's fought back a little bit.
That pitch probably had the most movement of the day.
The 2-2. Right at the knees, strike 3. That's the zone all day. 1 down. Right there at the knees.
Just a grimace there from Majors as she heads back to the dugout.
That'll bring up Jocelyn Fickes. 1 for 1 on the day. That's taken for a ball. Pearson's only allowed 3 base runners, 3 singles. That's it.
Watch out, baseball.
Fouled back. It's 1-1.
That hit off the fence of the backstop over there. Just kept that out of play. The Hillsdale baseball team that also trails.
Pearson with 8 strikeouts now on the day. The 1-1. High. And I guess that's how important this game is to Ontario, throwing your ace. Usually you save them for conferences,
games.
But against a very good team in a tournament-like atmosphere, you want to throw them there. 2-1. High. 3-1.
I mean, that sort of mentality is why you're up 5-0 right now.
Yeah.
So,
give
Warriors,
you momentum into the weekend. Ontario will play Clyde tomorrow. That's ball 4. First walk given up by Pearson, and it's a 1-out base runner. That'll bring up Aurora Martin. First pitch to Martin, looking for that bunt again. Takes ball 1. Last time she was up, she just missed a bunt single, but still was able to reach. That misses for ball 2.
She's got a quick draw. Able to get it out. That pitch went high. She went back on her bunt awfully quick.
The 2-0. upcoming from Pearson. Right there at the letters, 2-1.
That outside line has been fringe today.
Two balls and a strike. One down here in the fifth. Bunts it perfectly. It dies. The throw to first. Not in time. First and second with one down. I mean, that's why you put somebody who can bunt in your 9-hole. It's your second leadoff. She barely beats out the throw. And now a little powwow on the mound. Emily Smith, 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts. But with one down, the Falcons a chance to break through here, get a little momentum back, down 5-0.
Yeah, nice fanfare there for Aurora as she gets on with the bunt. It was a clean one, too. Not as clean as her other one that just sailed foul, but
it's still, if she would have played that the first time down the line, I think it would have died before going foul.
Yep.
This one, though, she just played it enough. Good effort there by Pearson to get to it, but her speed just beat the throw barely. Did look at the radar. There's a little rain again to our north. Barely going to miss us, but is a bit of a cell to our west. It's just going through Mansfield, so I'm going to have to run and get a towel or something to cover up some of our stuff here in a minute. I looked at the weather. It's a 9% chance of rain here in Jeromesville until about 9 o'clock. That never trust the weather. Pearson ready against Smith. First pitch in there for a strike. That's a great pitch after the meeting. Just get yourself back on track. It's 0-1.
were you looking at the radar? Because I just looked too, and it looks like it could split like the Red Sea.
That'd be great. That pitch high, and we're even at 1. We're right on Route 30, so. Yeah, you're right. It could.
Unfortunate, though, for the Cubs. Of course, baseball playing over there.
Yes. 2-1. Kiki McFadden. She's on deck, the power hitter. She wants to have a chance possibly with the bases loaded.
Speaking of Lucas, shout out Brady Anschutz.
Oh, what a game he had.
Grand slam.
Yeah. Pearson's 2-1. Ground ball at short, off the shortstop's hands. Not in time on the toss. Bases are loaded. Another close play, bang, bang, goes the way of the Hillsdale Falcons. Here's the replay. That's a good job, again, keeping it in front of her. That saves a run. Nearly got the out as well. But I think she got in there. Barely. And they're loaded for Kiki McFadden. This is the part of the order that you want to have with the bases loaded.
Well, as Drake says, I need you. Hillsdale needs you right now.
1 out. First pitch taken high, ball 1. McFadden, 7 doubles, 5 home runs, 25 RBI, 21 runs scored.
Fooled there.
Fooled, yeah. Look at this swing. Again, pulling the string. Yeek.
That was just a swing out of pure survival. Even though there's just 1 strike.
The 1-1 swings through that one. It's 1-2. Pearson with a big opportunity here with the bases loaded to try and escape.
Put some good contact together. Infield's in.
0-2. High, 2-2. Tried the same pitch, but a little bit higher.
Don't think the double play ball is in here, so a grounder just needs to be difficult because most likely Ontario's going home.
That changeup again. She does not swing, and now the count is full. Nowhere to put him. Bases loaded. 1 out. Falcons looking to break back into the scoring column for the first time today, down 5-0. The payoff pitch. Ball 4, it's 5-1.
A saying that I've heard working minor league baseball sometimes is on 3-2, 90% of the time that pitcher's not going to hit the zone. They're just going to make it close enough to want you to swing.
Yeah.
But that time, great patience by Kiki, gets on base, and Hillsdale's on the board.
RBI 26, that'll bring up Morawski. She flew out to the warning track to end the third inning. Gets one dead red there, but dips, and it's strike one. All at the worst, don't hit into a double play here with Kennedy Fickes on deck. This is the biggest chance Hillsdale probably has with where the lineup may be in the 6th and 7th. Swing and a miss, 0-2.
I'm also going to quote some of the Lucas coaches I heard on Monday when we saw a couple of their heart of the lineup hitters swinging for the fences. Don't need a hero here.
Nope.
Don't need a hero. You got one out, 3 runners that you could potentially send home.
And a single probably gets 2 in. The 0-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3, big strikeout for Pearson. 2 down.
And I have no doubts Ontario's pitcher there used that to her advantage. Just put it right in the zone. Wanted to get the hitters antsy. And it works out in her favor that time.
9 Ks for Pearson. And now Fickes, the cleanup hitter with the bases loaded. First pitch. Outside, ball 1. I think if you're Hillsdale, the number you'd want after loading the bases is 3 in the inning.
Yep. Need a single. Or get lucky.
The 1-0. Fouled that off. 1-1. Ritchie on deck. Fickes a strikeout in the 2nd and a strikeout looking in the 4th. The 1-1. Change up, misses outside. It's 2-1. I will say this inning, Hillsdale has been a little bit more patient.
That's kind of the approach I thought they were going to take from the start to finish, but kind of got away from it a bit.
2-1. High, and it's a hitter's count. Now, if you're Pearson with a hitter like Fickes, do you see anything around the zone, or you just give up 1 run and keep the? I mean,
you know it's in the back of her mind.
The 3-1 down the middle. Fickes pops it this right, and it is dropping foul. It'll fill the count. Runners will be off with the pitch. That one just carried just enough out of the reach of Gray. And now, a base hit will score 2.
Yeah, and also you want your catcher to lock in right here because foul tip could get you out of the inning. Ball 4, ball gets away with those runners going. There could be 2 that come across the plate.
Well, Jason Kipnis, the payoff. Low ball 4. It's 5-2. Now, I will say that's a call that's gone Ontario's way most of this game, but that probably is a ball.
So no swing needed from Kennedy. Just her patience puts another score on the board.
2 RBIs by walks in the inning. And he'll bring up Ritchie. Still bases loaded, 2 out. 5-2 now the score. Hillsdale's answered Ontario's 2 in the top. First pitch. Tried the golf swing there. Misses for strike 1.
That's what they wanted on the last pitch.
Yeah. Yeah, she tried. For Fickes, a power hitter like that, you like those that try and elevate. She didn't take it. The 0-1. That's popped up. It's got backspin on it, but a great running catch by Dawson will end the inning. However, the Falcons have broken through. Dawson made that look so easy, too. It's 5-2 after 5.
Fickes Furniture.
5th inning stretch time. Almost forgot about it again, John. The Lady Falcons have broken through. 2 runs on 2 hits, no errors. Bases left loaded, but it is now 5-2 as we take a look at the score line. Hillsdale, 2 runs on 5 hits and an error. Ontario, 5 runs on 8 hits. They had the RBI single in the first, a 2-run homer by Pearson in the third. Then they had their 2 runs on the RBI single and throwing error to extend it to 5-2. But then you just saw Lady Falcons after the strikeout, walk, single, single. 2 of those singles barely, just eked out a throw. Then the RBI walk from McFadden, the RBI walk from Fickes. And then the pop out to center. 5-8-0 for the Warriors. 2-5-1 for the Falcons. As we get back to action against Fickes, as the first pitch taken for ball 1. The 1-0 outside. And it's 2-0. To Gray. The 7-hitter pops it up. Running in, making the catch is Fickes for the first out.
Get you some score updates here after that 5th inning stretch. Liberty Benton taking on Upper Sandusky in some softball action. 4-2 Lady Rams in the 6th.
They're a good team. I saw them earlier in the week.
Northmore Lady Knights on the road at Buckeye Central. They lead 8-0 through 6.
Ground ball right back to Fickes. Backhand, 2 down. Watch this replay, Jonathan.
Yeah, great reaction time.
Boop. Continue.
Absolutely. All square between Cary and Arlington on the softball side. South Central trailing at home to Monroeville in softball, 9-0. Talked about the Lucas Cubs baseball team playing just about 20 minutes down the road. They lead over Mansfield Senior 7-0. Mansfield Senior still, believe, has not scored a run yet this season.
Eesh.
I was talking about that with Lucas's coach on Monday.
So they lost 1 game, 26-0. Only played 3 innings.
Yeah, it's a rough one. Clear Fork baseball also up on Madison 11-3.
The 1-1. High, ball 2. I just saw Madison. Didn't they just sweep Shelby?
Yes. On
They
the
beat their
baseball
rival,
diamond.
Yeah.
End of 5 between Danville and Sheridan, a game we mentioned earlier. 4-3 Danville.
2-1 from Fickes. Grounded right to McFadden. It's a 1-2-3 inning for the Falcons. So a shutdown inning after putting up 2. They'll try to cut back into this lead as we head bottom 6.
Fickes Furniture, celebrating 100 years in the furniture business, displaying all the latest styles by manufacturers such as Bassett, Flex Steel, Mohawk Flooring, Dutch Craft Bedding, and more. With free delivery setup and removal, make your next movie night comfortable with Fickes Furniture. Quality furniture at an affordable price. Visit our Jeromesville location or visit us online at fickesfurniture.com.
Lady Falcons, after putting up a quick 1-2-3 top of the 6th, back at it. 6, 7, 8, 9 hitters due up. Allie Morgan will lead things off. So because of the length of that last innings at bat, 8 batters to the plate, the Falcons do have a chance to sing the top of the order at least one more time, so that's a plus for them. But Morgan Pearson, other than that last inning, has been very, very good. Travis Berardi back here with Jonathan Langdon. 5-2 on the Simonson Construction Services scoreboard as the slugger, now you can say for Allie Morgan, takes ball 1. Had that grand slam against Mohawk to help break that game open in their 12-10 victory at the Mid-Ohio Classic on Saturday. That one just catches the outside corner. We're even at 1. The 1-1. Gives this a drive to right. Back, track, big fly, home run. She did it again.
That ball was carrying luggage, Travis. Eating into the deficit.
Allie Morgan, what's gotten into her? I mean, what? Absolutely hammered. That's her second career home run and her second in a week. It's 5-3.
I mean, if you had any doubts if there was life in this game, answered right there.
However, that wall and right's still owned by her sister Taylor, who hit it a couple times. Taylor owns the wall, but her sister owns that homer just in front of it. As Major takes ball 1.
Trying to kind of like peek at with my eyes, see if I see any dents over there that Taylor may have put on.
It was funny, I actually was doing a highlight of that game. About 5 poles over from the foul pole and about 3 blocks south of the railing. She hit her out about there. And as she rounded third, she went to coach and said, "That's my ball." Major now ahead, 3 balls and no strikes.
That's confidence right there. That's my wall.
That's my... Allie Moore said, "You guys got to be here every game. Each game we've done this year, she's homered." The 3-0. Major showing bunt, takes ball 4. And it's a walk, and we will get a quick mound meeting for Pearson.
Wouldn't be shocked if we see a swap here. Yep, we're going to get the pitching change.
We're going to pitching change. So while we do, we'll take a quick break. Falcons threatening here in the 6th. Pitching change, Sophie Schuster in to pitch. 2.95 ERA. She's 7-1 in 13 appearances. 61 strikeouts, 12 walks, 24 earned runs. Pearson, pretty darn good game from her. Just might have run out of gas a little bit at the end. But still, in line for the victory at the moment, although major at first is hers.
It's hard to go a complete 7 innings against a team of Hillsdale's caliber. So
Yes.
kind of figured that the end of the line was coming. It's unfortunate she couldn't get through 6.
It's kind
In
of
fact, she only got through 5, didn't get an out in this inning.
and that's why you saw the switch with Kennedy Fickes as well. Both teams knowing, if the further you go, the better you're going to get in at bat because the more pitches you see.
Yep.
But nonetheless, a very good outing against a good team for Pearson. They'll switch straight up. Pearson goes to short. Schuster to pitcher, and our first pitch to Fickes is ball 1. Fickes 1 for 1 with a walk and a run scored.
Corner infielders are in, but I don't really think a bunt is on here.
5-3 the score on the Simonson's Construction Services scoreboard. The 1-0 rolled in there for ball 2, and this is kind of what we saw with Kennedy Fickes and her first few pitches. She just needs to get in there a little bit more. It's hard to come in when you're a starter with runners on base. It kind of gets you out of your rhythm, The 2-0. Low for ball 3. It's after you see that first 1 or 2 pitches that go in for strikes. That's really when you get into that comfort zone. She'll have a chance here. I don't think we're going to see a swing at 3-0. And that one does get elevated enough for a strike. It's 3-1. Good pitch there just above the knees. 15-4 versus 12-1. 2 powerhouses this year. Ontario out of the MOAC. Hillsdale out of the WCAL. That's a ground ball off the pitcher. Fielded through the first. They're going to get the runner there. However, it does move the runner up with 1 down to second base.
Honestly, I thought after that popped off the glove, they wouldn't be able to get the runner at first. Impressive recovery over at second by Ireland.
Yes. She made that diving play earlier, but the presence of mind to field it, still get a good throw off. And that's the first time Fickes is retired today. Now Aurora Martin, who's 2 for 2, and they're going to try and play that bunt. Runner on second with 1 down. First pitch, low for a ball. Now, I will say third base, not playing up. Martin did try down the third baseline the first time she attempted. I think she knows that. If she were to bunt, she'd probably try down that line. Instead, she'll get it right back to the pitcher. Nice snag. Runner goes to third, but it's the second out. Both pitchers we've seen in this inning with nice plays. It will get us back to the top of the order. And Emily Smith, she did single back in the 5th. Hillsdale would love to at least get this run here to cut it to 1 with the heart of the order coming up. As we will have time by Smith. 5-3 the score. Ontario will have the top of the order due up in the 7th. That one will miss for ball 1. The 1-0. Fly ball. Left center. Off the base of the fence. It's 5-4. Into second base is Smith. The Falcons have scored 4 unanswered. And now, with McFadden up, a base hit ties this game. McFadden 0 for 2 with an RBI walk. First pitch in there for a strike. Smith on second.
That was an early step on her follow-through swing, or what would have been a swing, but changeup certainly playing a factor.
The 1-1. Low ball 2. Allie Morgan started the inning off with a home run to right. Major walked on 4 pitches, moved the second on a ground out, moved the third on a ground out, and just scored on Emily Smith's 2 RBI single off the left center field fence. The 2-1. The Kiki takes that one down the pipe, maybe a little bit in on the hands, but still in the strike zone. We're even at 2.
All it takes is one swing.
The 2-2. Fly ball. Left center field. Big fly off the scoreboard. Hillsdale's leads. 6 unanswered. The Falcons are back ahead for the first time today.
Perhaps the most predictable home run of all of the home runs. I mean, 6 runs all in the last 2 innings. The momentum was all completely on their side from the get-go in the 5th. And here we are in the 6th, 3 outs away from a win for Hillsdale after that swing out of Kiki.
2 home runs in the inning, 4 runs scored. It's 6-5. Now, I will say, though, in the 7th, Ontario has the top of the order who's done very good at the plate today. If you're the Falcons, you want to add a couple more runs on. First pitch swung on and missed by Morawski. 0 for 3 today. Pop out the short, fly out the center, and a strikeout. It will be Smith, Dawson, Pearson due up against Fickes. You talk about drama. That pitch just a bit high. It's 1-1. The 1-1. Low for ball 2.
That's 3 home runs now today.
Yeah.
2 for Hillsdale, 1 for Ontario early in the game, and the 3rd, I believe. Yep.
Yeah, Pearson's 2-run homer, Morgan's solo shot in this inning, and McFadden's 2-run homer. The 2-1 fouled off. We're even at 2. I said this in the open. No matter the outcome, this game's going to make both teams better. Despite whatever the outcome will be. Swing and a miss, strike 3. That'll do it. But the Hillsdale Falcons put 4 up, and just like that are 3 outs away from a big victory this afternoon. We'll be back with the 7th after this.
Fickes Furniture, celebrating 100 years in the furniture business, displaying all the latest styles by manufacturers such as Bassett, Flex Steel, Mohawk Flooring, Dutch Craft Bedding, and more. With free delivery setup and removal, make your next movie night comfortable with Fickes Furniture. Quality furniture at an affordable price. Visit our Jeromesville location or visit us online at fickesfurniture.com.
Well, this game just got put on its head, didn't it? 4 runs in the bottom of the 6th. Hillsdale scored all 6 runs in the 5th and 6th innings. They're 3 outs away, but Kennedy Fickes faces the top of the order for Ontario's. That's flown to left, but foul for strike 1. This is what the top 3 in the order have done so far today, Jonathan. 6 for 9. That's pretty darn good.
Nice.
6 for 9. 3 RBI. 5 runs scored.
Come on, Kennedy. Let's go 3.
The 0-1 to Smith. High ball 1. Both teams' lone losses in conference are to the conference leaders. The 1-1. Change up, swing and a miss, strike 2. It was tough. It was just a tough draw for Ontario. They opened up the season against River Valley. You think if they play River Valley later on in the season, those are probably, you might see a split. You might not
Shelby
see
too.
the outcome. And for Hillsdale, the same thing. They faced Norwayne twice, but only one got finished. Little changeup down the third base line. On to first, safe. Just beat it out.
I would have let that go.
Yes, I agree. It
I
was
thought she
going
was.
foul.
That was going to rule foul, but she decided to field it, try to make the play.
7 for 10 now is the top of the order. And the biggest bat for Ontario is up. 2 for 2 with a walk, 3 runs scored. Every time Dawson's reached, she's scored. First pitch to her, chopper, fielded by Morgan on the second, throws it away. Runner's going to go to third. The throw into second, not in time, and just like that, Ontario's got the go-ahead run at third with nobody out.
Error stacking up.
Fielder's choice error there. And that'll bring up Pearson. This is what I said. It was looking great for Hillsdale, but the top of the order due up for Ontario that can make things happen, and they have done just that.
But you could also make the argument that those are some pretty weak grounders.
Yeah. Yeah.
Got to try to make the play, of course. Maybe not make the play in the scenario of the first hitter where that was rolling right down the line and probably would have tailed foul.
That's also an in-between hop you see against Morgan, and she just rushed the throw. So, second and third, nobody down. And it's just funny how momentum can switch so quickly on the baseball and softball diamonds. You think, maybe a quick 3 or a pick, an interception or a turnover does it, but you got to it does the same thing. Any sport, it can turn that quickly. First pitch to Pearson, takes it for a ball.
Here's what you do to Pearson. You're gonna maybe 2-3 pitches. If you're behind in the count, I'm putting her on
Set
first
up
base.
course.
Yep, I'm putting her on first base.
The 1-0. Change up, got her in there for a strike, 1-1.
That's why if I'm Ontario, I'd be swinging early because you don't know what you're going to get later in the AB. You know what you're going to get early on, and that's Hillsdale trying to get ahead in the count.
Also, the next 3 hitters are a combined 1 for 9. Ground ball to second. The throw home. Bobbled it. Run scores. We're tied. Tried to get the force, well, not the force, the throw out at home. Fielder's choice RBI. And it is 6-all. Sometimes good things happen when you just put it in play.
It's been the last 3 hits.
That'll bring up Krieger. Popped out the short, flew out the right, popped out the catcher, and her 3 at-bats. Oh, and the throw down. Here's the throw home. High, it's 7-6. They went with the snap.
Pitcher tried to intervene.
I think that was what it was supposed to be. It was just too high.
I saw Kennedy duck initially on that replay, so I'm wondering if she made the decision to try and reach for it, just tailed off the glove. And that now gives Ontario the lead back.
The pitch was a strike. It's 0-1. In there for a strike, it's 0-2. Didn't have much in the first 4 innings. Had a lot here in the last 2.5. Line drive, base hit, 8-6. First hit of the day for Krieger. And we've said this throughout the season. You can't give extra bases. You can't give extra opportunities due to the errors.
Especially against a team of this caliber.
Oh, yeah. 2 errors in the inning for Hillsdale. And also, maybe you talk about that play down the line at third, too. It's not officially an error. But if you let that go foul. But again, this is a learning experience against a good team. You may see that happen here today, but that might be something that you learn down the line. Maybe in the tournament, you let it go foul. That's in there for a strike. It's 1-2.
And now if you're Hillsdale, not only are you hoping to get out of this in an 8-6 game and get to the bats, but you're also hoping that rain we were talking about that was going to come around 6:45 decides not to show up.
Yes. Inside for a ball. It's 2-2. The 2-2. Outside, count is full.
Remember when I said earlier in the game, most of the time on a full count, you're not throwing this in the zone. You're getting them to reach.
Payoff pitch. Popped her up. Will it stay in play? No. Just hit the net. It stays at 3-2. I mean, barely made it to the net. Another payoff pitch. Grounded foul.
That time went, last pitch that was popped up foul went high. That one was low and in.
8th pitch at the at-bat for Corwin.
Everything's on the cards here for Kennedy in the circle. She can really go anywhere.
Another 3-2. Fly ball. Morgan out to make the catch. First base was unoccupied, so she will not try to double him up. It is the first out, though. They'll bring up Schuster. Single, fielder's choice error, fielder's choice RBI, RBI single error. 3 runs in for the Warriors. 11 runs have been scored in the last 2.5 innings. That one low. 1-1.
Pitch count getting high for Kennedy in the circle. You could hear a bit of the stamina draining after that pitch.
The 1-1. Fouled away. It's 1-2.
And Ontario doing everything they can to make this frustrating.
Oh, yeah.
Everything close. They're chipping it. They're getting pieces. They're extending the at-bat.
Well, you know the way that Hillsdale's starting to get the bats going, too. They know to extend this lead out.
And they know they're playing with house money.
The 1-2. Change up, swing and a miss, strike 3. 2 down.
This change of velocity. It's a big help for Kennedy as she's now 1 out away of getting out of this. And she'll have a chance. She's due up in the order.
She'll lead off.
Yeah. Good chance to help herself out.
Yeah. Gray swings and misses at that one. Strike 1. The 0-1. Ground ball foul. It's 0-2 as I felt a raindrop. That's always great. Fickes ready again with the 0-2. Just missed. It's 1-2.
Get that trash bag out.
Just in case. I got another one for the camera, too. The 1-2. Ground ball down the first base line, through the legs of the right fielder. Krieger goes to third. She's going to hold there.
And the errors stacking up. And also, on the base paths, Ontario kind of helped that ball get through with that runner on first kind of acting as a shield.
Yeah. Still 2 outs now with Fagan up, but she has a chance to really break this game open with a hit. Takes a strike. Fagan 0 for 3, 2 strikeouts, and a ground out back to Fickes. Made that nice backhanded play in the 6th. The 0-1. Swing and a miss, strike 2.
Just keep throwing strikes.
Yeah.
That's how you're going to get out of this. Don't get pretty here.
Fickes ready with the 0-2. Got her looking on the outside corner, strike 3, but Ontario has extended this. They're 3 outs away now from getting their first state-ranked victory of the season. We'll be back. Sophie now with a chance to finish off a victory for the Warriors. It's Fickes, Richie, Morgan due up. Down 8-6, 3 in the top of the 7th. Giving Ontario the lead back after Hillsdale took its first lead in the bottom on the McFadden 2-run homer. First pitch taken for a ball by Fickes.
Across the way, Hillsdale baseball in the bottom of the 7th, down to their last 2 outs, have a runner on second, down 6-3 to Ontario.
The 1-0. Fouled back. It's 1-1. So for Ontario, just one batter at a time. It's not a one-run game. You have a little bit of a cushion. to take care of business. As for Hillsdale, you got to get runners, and you got to get them now. Get that, apply that pressure. The 1-1 bounces in there. It's 2-1.
I'm looking also at that baseball game. Good news for Hillsdale. They've got both of the Lewis brothers at the plate and on deck. So they've got just who they need up to try and get back in that game.
The 2-1. Grounded past the short. Oh! Play by Pearson. She tossed it to second. I like the play she tried to make. The only play she could have made to get a throw off was to the second baseman to try and relay it, but it was a little too late. And again, infielders making diving plays tonight. Might not have resulted in an out, but that was pretty.
Also got a little turf burn. She's favoring that left elbow.
But the Falcons, like I said, they get the leadoff runner on. That'll bring up Richie.
I mean, couldn't ask for more out of your non-conference game.
Richie, like we said, in place of Jordan Fickes, who's out with a bit of a bicep sprain. She'll be ready, she told me, for the home stretch of the regular season and tournament. But this is a big opportunity for Richie to break through. She's the tying run. Fickes on, actually a pinch runner on first, as she takes ball 1. Jillian Cowger is pinch running, or courtesy running for the pitcher. 1-0 the count to Richie. 0 for 3 today. She's looking to bunt again. She puts the bunt down. Throw to first. Out there. Sacrifice. 3-4. 1 down.
Look who it is.
But it does bring up now the slugger.
Watch out over and right. That wall's shaking in fear right now.
Morgan's first pitch. Bounces, gets away, the slide into third, in there. It's a wild pitch. Ball 1. And this is if you're Sophie, you got to calm yourself down because the tying run's still at the plate. Yes, if that run scores, it's bad, but it still doesn't tie the game up. The runner you want to get out is the one at the plate. The 1-0 to Morgan. Outside, it's 2-0. Major on deck. The 2-0. Swung for the fences there on an outside pitch. 2-1. She just could not hold back after the homer last inning.
She had the biggest grin on her face, too, after she missed that one.
The 2-1. Checked, held. Did not go. It's 3-1. Now, that time I had the benefit of the doubt. She's a lefty. Did not break the hands. Almost did. But now a hitter's count. The 3-1. Ball 4, tying run on first.
Winning run at the plate.
Major has not recorded a hit yet this season. Boy, what that could do as the umpire is now meeting. So we got some sprinkles falling down here. First pitch taken for a ball.
Runner advances to second on indifference. So tying run is in scoring position.
Major, if she can get her first base hit of the season, this will tie the game. Most likely. The 1-0. In there for a strike. It's 1-1. The 1-1. Swings through that one. It's 1-2. Tying run at second, the 1-2. Fouled off, will go again. Drama. The 1-2 fouled off again.
That hit off the knob, Travis.
Battled off the change.
I know that has to sting.
You're ready, Joe. You're ready. Let's go. Come on, 10.
Most rain we've seen coming down right now.
A 1-2. Outside 2-2. The 2-2, high ball 3, counts full. The payoff pitch upcoming. Swing and a miss, strike 3, 2 down. And that'll bring up Jocelyn Fickes. Down to the last out. First pitch in there for a strike, 0-1.
Ball game over at baseball. Ontario gets the win over Hillsdale.
The 0-1 fouled off. Ontario, a strike away. The 0-2 in the dirt, or turf, I should say. It's 1-2. Martin on deck if Fickes were to reach. Tying run at second. 1 ball, 2 strikes. The pitch. Ground ball foul will go again. Schuster ready, the 1-2. High, 2-2. Oh boy.
The murmurs tell you it all today.
The 2-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Ontario survives. This one had some drama, but the Lady Warriors win it 8-6. We'll take a break, be back with our MVP interview after this.
Fickes Furniture, celebrating 100 years in the furniture business, displaying all the latest styles by manufacturers such as Bassett, Flex Steel, MOAC flooring, Dutch craft bedding and more. With free delivery setup and removal, make your next movie night comfortable with Fickes Furniture. Quality furniture at an affordable price. Visit our Jeromesville location or visit us online at fickesfurniture.com.
Time now for our Sutton Bank MVP. Did it all. Was very good inside the circle. Was even better at the plate. Morgan Pearson, 5+ innings, 9 strikeouts. She goes 3 for 4. She hits a home run. She has 4 RBIs. She scores 2 runs. She made a nice play at short to keep a runner from moving. I mean, she did everything tonight. Morgan, first of all, congratulations. Let's start inside the circle. 9 strikeouts. You shut down a very good Hillsdale offense for pretty much 5 innings, and then in that 6th, it got a little bit away, but that's okay because you still got the win. Just tell me first about your time inside the circle and how you were able to really shut down that Hillsdale lineup for 5 innings.
Yeah, I definitely had to work through a lot because they're a really good hitting team, and we all knew that coming into this. So I definitely just had to focus on my pitching and what I can do in the circle for myself and trust my defense whenever they hit the ball, because I know they're a really good hitting team, and we really just needed to come in and get this win.
Yeah. Now, as a pitcher, I know umpire had the strike zone a little bit wider for both sides today. As a pitcher, how much do you enjoy that if you can find that outside, even though if it's a little bit further out, if you're able to hit that spot and get the strikes? How important is it for you to find that?
Oh, it's very important. Some of them were a little iffy, and I was like, oh, wow, okay. But they really helped me out, so I didn't mind. But on the batting side, it was a little difficult because we were like, oh, no, like, I don't know how to reach that, or, like, we have to get to that. So it was difficult both ways.
It was a double-edged sword. Yeah. Now let's talk about your time at the plate. I mean, you had that big home run. It extended the lead to 3-0, gave you a little bit of a boost. And then you guys, you did your thing in the 7th inning to take the lead as well. How were you seeing the ball today? Because it seemed like you were seeing it pretty well.
Well, I've been in a little bit of slump, so I definitely needed
that.
Today. I definitely needed that. I've been working with my dad, and he's just been like, just keep your eye on the ball, because obviously I've been pulling my head. But I definitely tried to just watch the ball all the way in, because that's been a little bit of a weakness of mine recently. So. And
the top of the order was everything. Smith, Dawson, and you were a combined, I think, 10 for 13, which is great. Just what were you guys able to do to provide a spark? Because it was your offense at the top of the order that was the reason you won.
Yeah, we definitely are like a good back-to-back-to-back, like, start of the lineup. We love to be, like, on each other, and, like, we go and tell each other where the pitcher's at. We tell each other, like, exactly what we need to hear or exactly what we need to see through the at-bat. So I think every single one of our at-bats helped us at the plate.
Two really good teams. You're both second place in your conferences. This really doesn't affect much, but it affects momentum. You guys beat a good Hillsdale team that's state-ranked, only had one loss before this. Just what can this do for you guys? Because you've gone up against some state-ranked teams, haven't come quite to the right side, but this time you've broken through. Now it shows that you can beat one of the best in the state.
Yeah, it's amazing. We knew we had to come in and play today. Coach Burke literally preached it to me right before the game and was like, we really need you today. We really need this win because Shelby's on our back as well. So we're definitely looking at Shelby next too. So, yeah.
All right, lastly, as always, is your teammates dancing behind you. If you look into the camera, give some shout-outs. Go for it.
I definitely want to shout out my team. Also, Sophie, I couldn't do it without her. I want to shout out my dad. He's helped me so much along the way. And I shout out my mom, my sister, and everyone that's ever supported me.
There you have it. Today's MVP, Morgan Pearson. 5 innings pitched, 9 strikeouts. She goes 3 for 4 from the plate, does a lot of offense, including a home run. Congratulations. Best of luck the rest of the way.
Thank you.
Fickes Furniture, celebrating 100 years in the furniture business, displaying all the latest styles by manufacturers such as Bassett, Flex Steel, Mohawk Flooring, Dutch Craft Bedding, and more. With free delivery setup and removal, make your next movie night comfortable with Fickes Furniture. Quality furniture at an affordable price. Visit our Jeromesville location or visit us online at fickesfurniture.com.
Back here to wrap things up inside the 89 Homes post-game show where we had a good softball game here between two very good teams. Non-conference action. Ontario knocks off Hillsdale 8-6. Travis Berardi back here with Jonathan Langdon. And it was a defensive battle the first 5 innings. And then the offenses got going. And it was Ontario with the last laugh.
And I was very happy to hear in the Ontario dugout after the game, they were very excited about this win, and they shared our sentiment that this was a huge game. The assistant coach, in fact, he chimed in and said, best game he's ever been a part of.
Yeah.
He was very impressed with what they were able to put together. Of course, 3 long balls in this game, 11 hits for Ontario, and even still, it was awfully close to seeing them go out with just down to their final 3 outs. But then, without getting a single one of those outs, they put those 3 runs on the board.
Yeah. Sometimes just put it in play. Let the other team make the mistakes. They did that in the final inning. Hillsdale finishes with 4 errors, 6 runs, 9 hits. They scored 6 straight to take the 6-5 lead. It seemed like Ontario was going to run away, but then you knew Hillsdale at some point was going to come back. They did, but then Ontario answers. This had the feeling of a tournament game.
And that's what we said. A lot of times what differentiates good and great teams and what gets great teams to stumble a few times in the regular season is field play. So the errors today certainly stacked up, especially late in that 7th, and Falcons paid for it, of course. Morale went down heading into the bottom of the 7th. It was hard to put a rally together with the bats like they did in the 6th.
And they still put the tying run on second. They came, they had 2 batters with a chance to tie it up, but, Ontario's pitching just a little bit better. But like I said throughout this game, this isn't a conference game. All this does is help the strength of schedule, because that's what you usually get. You have the RPI now. Hillsdale coming in was number 2 in all of the Northeast District, behind the Mapleton Mounties, who are still undefeated in state ranked. But Ontario, too, beating a team with only 1 loss, that helps your strength no matter what division they're in. So for both teams, this is a good game, a good learning experience for both. It shows Ontario that they can battle back. It shows Hillsdale they can also battle back, but if they just don't make some mistakes there, they can come out with a win against anybody. So for both teams, this really benefited them in this game. Next up, Ontario, they're going to host Clyde tomorrow, 11 a.m. But for the Falcons, they'll get the weekend off. And in 4 days' time, they will take on Smithville. 2 more games in conference as they get ready. These 2 winnable games, but they cannot overlook Smithville. They still have a really good chance of winning the conference. They got that other game to resume against Norway, and they're only down 1-0 in the 2nd inning. They have a good chance of doing that, but they have to take care of business up until then before that matchup.
But for now, enjoy your weekend.
Yeah, absolutely. Enjoy your weekend. I'm actually going to go to the football field. I'm going to go to Massillon Paul Brown Tiger Stadium, because we have some Division 4 to 7 football players playing in the North-South game. I'll have a highlight for you later this weekend, and you're going to be at Crestview.
I will be. Yeah, going to be a fun time watching them. I believe they play Northmore tomorrow.
Northmore, the Golden Knights. That should be a good game. Both Northmore is a ranked squad. But that'll do it. I want to thank everybody who helped make things possible today. Jonathan Langdon, color commentary and camera operator extraordinaire. And our sponsor, Simonson, our scoreboard sponsor, Sutton Bank, our MVP sponsor. 89 Homes, pregame, 5th inning stretch, postgame sponsor. Hayesville AMVETS, our instant replay sponsor. And our commercial sponsors, Simonson Construction and Fickes Furniture. I want to thank Jody Long and the fine folks here at Hillsdale for allowing us to be here today, as well as the OHSAA. Ontario gives up 6 unanswered and then scores 3 in the 7th to knock off Hillsdale 8-6. For Jonathan Langdon, I'm Travis Berardi saying so long from Jeromesville.